Hi there, my name is Jason Williams, and this video is about I'm going to do a compression test on this TB42. I'll show you the correct way to do it, and I'll put some new spark plugs in because I realised I bought this at 150,000 Ks. I've currently done 162,000 Ks. And I've never changed the spark plugs. They're the spark plugs that were already in it when I bought it. So I better change them. I've got some here. So I'm gonna show you the process for doing a compression test on an old carby fed TB42. It's basically the same as a fuel injector one as well, but I'll show you what I've got to do to that to make that happen. But mainly the real reason I'm doing it, I'm going to show you right now. The real reason. Let me grab the camera and I'll show you. Alright, here, this is my last compression test. Here, and this is Paul's compression test. And we did the compression test on his properly, but I didn't do mine properly, as in I didn't have the throttle held open while doing it. So, Paul did his, and I want to beat Paul. Sorry, Paul, but this is because of you. So I'm going to try and beat that. All right, I guess I should begin. All right, so first step is normally I would, remove this fuel line, block it with a bolt, but I'm going to actually try this because I've got to drain the fuel. So on a carburetor, like on a fuel injected model, you just pull the fuse out of the fuel system, and but on a a carbureted vehicle that has a mechanical pump, I have to crimp this off, and then we should be able to start that, and it should run out of fuel, hopefully. And just so that as I hear it running out, I can pump the accelerator. I've got my hand here to pump it just to get the rest of the fuel out of the jets. That should work. Oops. I still hear fuel. The only way is to be at the control. Alright. That's it. She's now out of fuel. With that now done, I can remove all the high tension leads. Need to put that microphone out of the way because I'll just smash it. That's what. Checking these plugs, I've got them all here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always good to have them like that. This one looks a little bit oiled, but not too sure. I think that's some oil that I've had resting on the top of the plug that's gone into the thread. Maybe. Anyway, there's, you know, looking at the, you know, this piece here in the center with the O-ring pick, you know, none of it looks like it's broken down. Doesn't seem to be brittle, but I'll replace them anyway. Might as well. I got a new set there, so all right. I guess I'll set up the compression tester. All right, so you know, making sure that thread's in straight and you get it in there nice and tight. They've just got rubber seals on them. Get it fairly tight. Make sure there's nothing in there, like no air. You know, make sure the release for each one. I'll do this with each one. What we're going to do, let's see if I can turn. Not that you're going to be able to see that anyway on the camera, but I'll turn it over and open the throttle, and we generally cycle it around about 7 times. You can hear it. So if I open the throttle, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's 7. Let's see how that went. 144, say, for compression number for cylinder number 1. Release the air. Undo it back out. So it did come up, obviously, with the compression, but not much. And so just because you don't want to cross thread these, being an alloy head and all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Went over quite fine. Alright, we have 145 exactly. Sweet. The engine's not at operating temperature, but it's also not cold. At operating temperature, it should show slightly better compression, but I wasn't going to wait around for that. All right, number 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what did we get? Oh, 152. I'd call that 152, 53. 152. Cool. 152. Try slow down, Jace. $145. Oh no, 144. Let's give that 144. Because the main thing I'm checking here is whether there's much of a discrepancy between them, because you know, that would indicate to me that some valves aren't seated or something's not right. The head gasket might have failed again. All the things that you don't want to happen. 152, I reckon. All right, last one. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'll go 154 for that. All right, now to check whether I won. I know I didn't, but might have come close. Did I win, Jason? 144 to 149, 145 to 151, 152 to 155, 144 to 155, 152 to 150, 154 to 148. No, he did win, still, just. But more to the point is you want to see these not be like 14 psi difference or anything like that would be bad. But 45, there's 1 psi, there's 6 psi there, there's 44 to 8 psi, so that's quite a jump, 144 to 152, but it's not too bad. This one was nice and stable. That was really stable on Paul's. Paul, you suck. You beat me. All right. What? I guess I'll put the new plugs in now. Right, and this bit's not very exciting. Putting plugs back in. Just all finger tight to start with. Just be making sure you don't, whatever you do, don't accidentally cross thread these. You'll be very sorry. It's an alloy head. Wait, everything's alloy head now. I haven't worked on cast iron heads for a long time. Except for in diesels. And they don't have spark plugs, do they? They have glow plugs though. So tight, and then these plugs, like I didn't pull them right out of the way. This way it's sort of very easy to know where each one goes. Just making sure you hear that little click as it goes on. Just taking your time with putting these on. And that's it, all are on. That's done. Remove the clamp, put the fuel back in. Now I guess, well, that's on. That's done. New plugs are in. Didn't have to do much, did I? Now I can, it'll take a bit to pump the fuel up. Or not, it was fairly quick. Alright, well that's it for this video, because this is a pretty basic one. Something I needed to do just to calm my mind that everything's still working. So the head gasket, the valves and everything I'm very happy with. Everything's working. As for these old plugs, I won't throw them away because they actually don't look bad nick, but they're quite a decent gap compared to the other ones. Maybe I should have measured the gap in them. Yeah, no. So yeah, using this again, the compression tester, that's a standard procedure. Everything did what it was meant to do. Everything worked. Yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will aspire to see you in the next one. Cheers.